one Americano whilst I tell you why your biggest losing streak is coming, mates. Version 2. We have already done one of these before, way back when in Phuket. Roll the thumbnail of that here or something. But I thought we'd have a refresh. A lot's changed since then. Got a lot more in place to prepare for lost streaks now. And there's a lot of new people coming into rotation that need to hear the word of how to prepare for a lost streak because we know that's coming. And I always time these videos to make sure that we're in a winning period when I release them, okay? Because at the moment, TMB is winning. We're in a winning period. I can put all the certs from the past 35 days on screen now. There's literally more than can fit on the screen, but we passed over 3 million in funding in the last 35 days in the Discord. So everyone's crushing it. Everyone's doing really well. November for me, I made, including the LRV, which I'll get to in a minute, about 18R, I think, 15.9R on the Mac, 2 to 3R on the LRV. So pretty decent month for me. Got a lot of new funding, 100K FTMO, couple of 10Ks here and there, couple of 50s, couple of futures, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. In day trading, it can all turn around quicker than it can turn up, all right? So we're gonna go through today, and I've noted down some stuff that I think is really useful to prepare for a lost streak, because we need to ask ourselves some questions coming into this. Number one, do winning periods last forever? No. Number two, do losing periods last forever? No. Number three, does the market care that you've missed wins? No. What I mean by this is, you might think, well, everyone's winning at the moment and everyone's doing so well, but I'm not doing that well. I missed that 3R AU win today. Put that on screen here. I missed that 3R on AU win the other day. Put that on screen here. I missed the EU 3R win. Put that on screen here. I missed the other EU 3R win. Put that on screen here. The market doesn't care if you've missed these trades though. The market doesn't know that you took them. So just because you've not had a winning period, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you're going to be more likely to win in the future because you missed those wins, or less likely to win. Equal probability, okay? And then the last question is, can you get a 2.9R reversal? And what I mean by that is, in a theoretical sense, I know you can get a 2.9R reversal in a trade. What I mean is, when it's looking like there's no way that it could turn around, the profits are coming in, the wins are coming in, it feels like, oh my God, there's no way that this trade could lose, or there's no way that this period could end, or there's no way that I could stop passing so much funding, but then it does. And we've had 2.9R reversals plenty of time, mate. So the summary of all those questions that I've asked you is, anything and everything can happen. You should expect nothing, and you should be able to accept everything. You should follow your process so that you have no excuse when the inevitable happens. So we're gonna go through mental first, and then I'm gonna go through stuff that you can actually apply, diversification-wise, to actually protect your capital from losing streaks. So first, we're gonna set the mental foundation. Then we're gonna go into actual hardcore stuff that you can actually do on your trading to make it so losing periods are less impactful, okay? Before we start this, I wanna shout out Chris191, my mentee. Before he jumped on my one-on-one program, he couldn't even use his laptop, bro. Couldn't even access TradingView, it was a nightmare. Now, 100K FTMO, full pass here. 100K, another 100K, by the way, separate one. 100K stage one pass here. I'm so proud of this guy. This guy's so all in. He's more all in than you could ever imagine. He's more all in than you. I don't want to go into this guy's current situation because that's just his private life, but everyone in the cord knows that he is really, really grinding. He's going to be with us in 2026 in Thailand. I know it, and he deserves every single bit of luck that he is getting at the moment and every single bit of winnings that he's getting at the moment. And I'm just so grateful that Chris has followed the plan, stuck through the doubt, when you jump on a losing period, or you might miss wins, or in his case, some issues might arise which could retrace your account. And there's a lot of things that could come up where if you don't perfectly execute, you're gonna get misfortune, if that makes sense. And he's had it all, but now fruits of his labor have come through and he's got the big guns. 100K FTMO, one of the most valuable things you can really get, if that makes sense, with this funding scene. A big account with FTMO. So let's all get a congratulations for Chris in the comments, because that guy's a legend. Anyway, starting with mental number one. Number one, when in a losing period, you need to practice reframing and zooming out. Now, zooming out and reframing is essentially going, what's going on? Okay, I've lost for 2 weeks. How many weeks are in a year? How many winning weeks have I had? How many weeks am I going to be trading in my entire career? Do these 2 weeks matter? How much have I actually lost? Is it the end of the world? Am I just unhappy because I'm not at my peak balance and I've retraced a little bit? Are any of these losses my fault? This is the sort of reframing you need to do when looking at your data, because you need to be journaling every trade. That's already inevitable. If you're not journaling all your trades, get off this video. This video is not for you. you're not at the right stage to even accept the knowledge that I'm going to say anyway. So practice zooming out, practice reframing, always asking yourself, how bad is this losing streak really? Are any of these trades my fault? Is this just normal stuff? Because a lot of the time you might be losing for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even a whole month. Zoom out, look at my data, which is number 2. Look at my data. I'll put my data on screen now. You think I don't have losing periods? I'm going to put a month-to-month summary of every month in 2025, yeah? Boom, 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 boom. I've had about 2, 3, off memory, 3 losing months on record in 2025. Look at the rest of the months. Smashed it. So always zoom out. Like, look at your mentor, if I'm your mentor. If not, then look at me, man. I've been trading for 3 years, profitable for like 2.5. Well, trading for like 3.5 now, probably. 2.5 profitable at this point. Look at my data, bro. It's normal. This is normal stuff. You probably are going to lose about 3 months out of the year. Normal stuff, bro. All right? Reframe. Look at my shit. This is normal. The wins always eat up the losses, number 1. So when this losing period comes, it's okay. Day trading is unnatural. When you're in a winning period, it feels like you can only win because you're doing this thing that's working really well. You might want to go higher risk. You might want to go more all in on funded accounts. You might want to put more of your wage into buying accounts because you think, this could never stop working at this rate. This is amazing. But what is unnatural about day trading is that you can do exactly the same thing the month after and it can stop working. Really. For a whole month, it could stop working. It's happened to me. It's possible. You need to understand that day trading's unnatural because you can do the right thing and still not get paid. You can do the right thing and get worse results than somebody who's doing the wrong thing in a short-term perspective. But it's that accumulation of the months and months of doing the right thing, which is when you truly see results come through. So it's all a part of the process, bro. You could join a model on a losing period and get punked and then quit the model before it wins. And if you would have held out, you would have got paid. You could join the model on a winning period and then quit when it loses, because you're not used to it. These are the sort of things you need to prepare your mind for. And you need to have this spreadsheet perspective where you're literally looking at the spreadsheet of probabilities and going, okay, what's going to happen in the future? I'm on a 3-win streak now. We could get loss, loss, loss. What's going to happen after a loss, loss, loss? Could be a loss, loss, loss again. Or it could be a win, win, win. It's impossible to predict. So you just have to practice that law of detachment, that reframing, that spreadsheet perspective of just imagining yourself on the spreadsheet of probabilities. And you're only going to know this if you backtested and you've got data in your journal. And I think if you do these things, you can mentally prepare enough. I mean, if you've seen the data and you've gone through the data and you've looked at all of the trades that have happened and you go, oh, this happened before in 2023. And what happened after this last streak? A win streak came in and blessed me nicely and put me up in the month. So always remember that. Now going on to the diversification aspect of like hardcore stuff that you can actually apply to your day trading to minimize loss streaks. Number 1, risk. You can do risk diversification. I don't do risk diversification anymore. I just have a universally applied risk, which is like a medium risk that I apply to all of my accounts, which gives me loads of trades drawdown. I do high risk on 10K accounts, but any other account other than a 10K, I don't really do high risk. So you could risk diversify. You could do super low risk on some accounts, super high risk on others, just to make sure in a losing period or a winning period, you're not all in on those probabilities. In a losing period, you're going to lose those high risk accounts, but you're going to keep the low risk ones. And then in a winning period, you're going to get disproportionately paid from the high risk accounts than you are the low risk ones. Pairs. Okay. So if you have accounts that only trade EU, accounts that only trade AU, when EU's losing, your AU accounts are going to be fine. Vice versa. So if you diversify your accounts, you're less all in on one set of probabilities. So if one set of probabilities is losing, you can be protected on some of your capital because they're not trading those probabilities. So diversifying your accounts per pairs, pretty strong idea. Sessions, London session and New York. You might find that London session or New York is better or worse for X, Y, and Z pair, but what you can also do is have a London session account and a New York session account maybe. You can really go down the rabbit hole with this diversification, but what it allows you to do is just not be all in on one set of probabilities. So in that worst case, when you're going through a loss streak, not all of your accounts are getting punished from that. Model variations now. This is where the LRV comes in now. The LRV I'm not going to go too deep into because I do keep some stuff just at a VIP because we put a lot of hard work and effort into cranking out these variables. But the LRV is essentially just a way to diversify even more. Okay, it's a variation of the model that we've allowed to pretty much counteract loss streaks on the main model with this LRV. So creating a model variation as well with different variables. Same confluences, just slightly different. So you can really structure your trading and create a system to counteract losing streaks, man. I'm not saying you're going to win in losing periods. Obviously not. That's just not how it works. But you can minimize it, or you can even maybe get break even from some variations pulling you up kind of thing. But the last thing I want to touch on in this is, number 1, losing's normal. Number 2, winning's normal. That's what you got to accept to yourself. Number 3, it's going to come sooner or later, the inevitable. Okay, just look at what's going on. Okay, look around. You're not going to win forever. There's always going to be a pullback, but you're just going to make sure you don't change model. So if you change model, that's the worst thing you can do. I don't care what model you trade. in the losing period, don't change it, because then you're going to jump off the model and it's going to start winning, and you're going to kick yourself. And you're going to jump back on the model and it's going to start losing, and then you're going to jump off and it's going to start winning, and then you're going to literally just chase your tail and just lose way more than you should. I've chased my tail with probability so much, that's why I know not to do it anymore. Okay, that's all I wanted to do for today. Just a little quick vid on why your losing period is coming and how to prepare for it. All right, if you want to apply to live trade with me Monday to Friday, learn the strategy that I've used to pass over 1.5 million in funding this year, okay, that my community and me has used to pass over 3 million in funding in the last 35 days. I'm up 70R with all my models combined. If you want to do exactly the same as me and learn exactly the same way that I trade, the same system, take the same trade as me, apply below to join our VIP trading group. It's really serious. I know all the guys in there. It's a real community. We really know each other. It's not just like, you're not a number, bro, all right? You are meaningful to me if you join. I'm going to learn who you are and get you up to spec, because there's nothing more satisfying to me than watching an unprofitable trader finally become profitable using the simplest model that you could ever imagine. The model that we trade is fully mechanical. A 14-year-old could literally trade it. It's just about knowing the right information. Peace, love, and unity to all of you. As always, stay positive, especially over this Christmas period. Let's keep it running. Let's keep the momentum. Let's not slow down, because slowing down is for nerds. And holidays are for pussies. Peace out.